Everybody. So I don't know about you, but I know a few children that are now losing their teeth. So I've come up with a little tooth fairy pillow. It has a little pocket in the back so you can put the little tooth inside and have it ready for the tooth fairy. If not, it's a great little ornamental kind of like keepsake idea. So you're going to see little pockets in the back. I'm going to make one exactly like this one today. I am going to show you how to do the little bow in the top here if you'd like to add this feature on. For this, you're going to need about 195 bands. I'm going to be using the glow-in-the-dark white bands today. And for the pocket, you're going to need about 38 bands of your color choice. For the eyes, I'm going to be using two 4mm black pony beads. Pick the color of eyes that you'd like to use, and if you don't have the beads, pick two color bands that you like. The supplies that you're going to also need is your hook, because we're going to be crocheting this today. You're going to need some sort of stitch marker and some stuffing to fill it. So I do hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Round one, I'm going to show you how to do the points. I'm going to do one with you, and then you're going to pause the video and make yourself another one. So to start this off, what I'm going to do is 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So I'm going to use my loom. So turn your loom upside down, and we're going to use the bottom part. You're going to take a single band and wrap it around one of the pegs 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now with your hook, reach in, and you're going to bring 6 bands through one at a time. So attach it to your hook and bring it through as if you're doing a slip knot and put it on your hook. You're going to grab one of the loops here at the back and bring it over. Bring it to the side. Go back in with your second band and bring through. And now you're going to bring the 2 loops over. Bring it to the side. Go back in for your third band, bring it through, on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Go back in, your fourth, bring it through, on your hook, and these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Your fifth, bring it through, 2 bands over, and bring it to the side. And your last band, your 6th, bring it through, and 2 bands over. I'm going to use my stitch marker and attach it to the band around my hook and remove off the loom. Now you just want to move your bands around so that they're nice and even, and you should have 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is on your hook. Now we're going to do rounds 2 and rounds 3, and this is the pattern. For rounds 2, we're going to increase on the first stitch. So the pattern is going to be 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. At the end of round 2, you will have 7 stitches. So going in your first chain, you're going to bring 2 rubber bands through one at a time. On your hook and slide. Go back in that same stitch and add your second band. Now going around on your next stitch, adding 1 band, and then you're going to add 1 band to each chain. Your next chain, 1, 1 in the next, and just continue around. My last chain. So you should have 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is on your hook. You can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band. You want to be careful if you are using C-clips that you don't stretch the bands. Now for rounds 3, we're going to increase on our second chain. So the pattern is going to be 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. At the end of round 3, you will have 8 stitches. So going in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, adding 1 band. Your second chain will have 2, 1 at a time. Back in. And now 1 band in each chain. Next chain. And the last. You should have 8 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. Now the last 2 rounds of the point, rounds 4 and rounds 5. For rounds 4, the pattern is going to be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. At the end of round 4, you will have 9 stitches. So I'm going to go in my first chain with 1. Chain 2 with 1. Chain 3, I'm going to add 2, one at a time. Back in. And now just continue around with 1 band in each chain. Should have 9 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. Now for rounds 5, we are going to increase on our 4th stitch. So the pattern is 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. At the end of round 5, you will have 10 stitches. And with our last band, we are going to do a slip knot. So going in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, with 1 band. Next chain, 1. Next chain, 1. And this is our 4th chain where we're adding 2 bands, 1 at a time. My dishwasher's running. Can you hear it? I should turn it off. So just adding 1 band to the rest of the chains around. And continue. And we're at our last stitch, so we're going to do a slip knot. Bring it through all of the bands that are on your hook, grab the other end, and do a slip knot. You can remove your stitch marker, rewind the video, and make your second one. For round 6, I'm going to show you how to attach our tips of the tooth together. I'm going to use 20 bands. So with your hook, you're going to go through one of the points. I'm going to put them together like this. I'm not going to go through the chain where the slip knot is. I'm going to go to the chain right below. And I'm going to do the same thing going through my next one. So not where the slip knot is, right below. And I'm going to bring a band through the 4 loops here, grab the end, and do a slip knot. So this was our first band. Now I'm going to go to the chain right above it. So it's the chain where the slip knots are on either side. So I'm going to go through 1 and then the next and bring a band through. I'm going to go through the 4 loops and leave that 3rd loop on, this last loop on, and grab my end. So I have the 3 loops and slide. Now you're going to go, I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to go through my chain. So it's on the other side of my slip knot, and grab a band and bring it through. And slide. My next chain right beside it, and slide. Right beside that, on your hook, and slide. The next one, Just keep going around. So you should have 20 stitches at the end. Keep going. You're going to go right on this chain right here when you get to the center. And on the other side, you're going to go through the chain. And just continue around. And I'm right beside the slip knot here with my last band. Slide, and we should have 20 stitches now. And with my next round, I'll go slow. So we're going to go in the same stitches, and you're going to add your stitch marker now. For round 7 and rounds 8, we're just going to single crochet around. So you're going to use 20 bands, and at the end of each round you'll have 20 stitches. I'm going to do round 7 with you just so you go in the right stitches, and then you're going to pause the video and do round 8 because it will be easy to be able to tell your stitches by then. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off and I'm going to go in my first stitch, which is right here. So you can see here's my slip knot. I'm not going to go through anything here. I'm going to go through the stitch that you're going to see right in the center, and this will be stitch 1. I'm going to bring one band through on my hook and slide. Now for stitch 2, you're going to see right at the edges, so you're not going to go through these center ones, and you're going to bring your second band through on your hook and slide. Now you're going to continue going around 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is in the center. And now you're just going to continue going around until you hit your stitch marker. So you should have 20 stitches going around. You can now remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band that's around your hook. Please pause the video and do rounds 8. For round 9, what we're going to do is just single crochet in each chain around. So I'm going to use 20 bands. I'm going to be adding the eyes now. So if you don't have the pony beads, you're just going to take a single band for your eye color and wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you want to slide this onto a single band. And then you can just remove off the hook and place the eye. Again, wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slide this onto a single band. If you are using the pony beads, all you have to do is just pinch your rubber band and slide it through. Now I am using the glow-in-the-dark bands. So if you are using the jelly bands, the white jelly, the more stretchier kind, you just want to be careful and make sure that your eyes are going to be placed nice and neat. It also depends on your sewing, your crocheting, if you're stretching it or if it's tighter. You just want to make sure that the eyes are in a good spot. So I'm going to be adding the eyes on chains 8 and chains 12. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to go in my first chain with 1 band and bring it through. Chain 2, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're going to grab the eye, grab the end on your hook, try to grab the other end on your finger and bring it through. Continue counting. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I'm just going to turn it around, and you want to make sure that it's nice and the eyes are in a good placement. Again, it depends on the bands that you're using. So I'm just going to continue going around with 1 band in each chain. You can remove your stitch marker. You should have 20 stitches. For for rounds 10 and 11, we're going to add 1 single band to each chain around. So it's just 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. I have 20 bands in each pile, and at the end of each round you should have 20 stitches. I'm going to do round 10 with you, and you're going to pause the video to do rounds 11. Going in the first chain with 1. 1 in the next. So I'm just adding 1 band in each chain. Give it a little stretch. Make sure you get that little stitch. It's being pulled because of the pony bead. You should have 20 stitches. Remove your stitch marker. And please pause the video to do rounds 11. For rounds 12, I am going to start to decrease. So I'm going to make this round smaller. And I'm just going to grab the inside loops as I'm going around. So just to let you know, the pattern is 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. At the end of round 12, you have 15 stitches. So I'm going to go in my first chain, but I'm just going to grab the inside loop only and bring a band through. I'm going to start to turn the tooth now. So basically just slide. You're just grabbing the one single chain here, the inside loop. My next chain, inside loop with one band. Now you're going to take chains 3, the inside loop, and chains 4, the inside loop, and stitch together. Repeat the pattern. 1, inside loop, 2, 3, and 4 together, inside loops. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. And just continue this pattern all the way around. So you're going to see that it's going to start to turn now. I'm just going to add some stuffing now, and I'm going to use a pencil to help me push it inside. So I'm just going to grab the pieces, and then you can just fill it. I'm going to use the pencil if I need to, so I'm just pushing my hook up to my band into the center of my hook there. So it was just easier if you just use a pencil. Remember, always don't overstuff your creation here. And that should be okay. One thing before I start round 13, one thing I forgot to do was if you have the pony beads or the bands, you might want to just push the pony beads in. So I'm just going to let go of this for a second. Sorry about that. Just open it up, and you're just going to push it through the little V that you see where the bead is, and just push it through. And on the other side. It depends really how you like the eyes to look. Okay, just fixing it back now. So we're going to do rounds 13, and the pattern is going to be 1, 2, and 3 together. 1, 2, and 3 together. 1, 2, and 3 together. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. I'm just going to move my stitch marker and attach it to the band around my hook. And you're going to go through both of the loops now. So going through your first chain knot where it's getting pulled, and you're going to bring one band through. Now take chains 2 and chains 3 and stitch together. Repeat 1, 2, and 3 together. A little bit slower now. 1, 2, and 3 together. Again, 1, 2, and 3 together. And repeat one more time. For rounds 14, we're going to close this off now. Just going to remove my stitch marker. We're going to close this off so the pattern is going to be 1 and 2 together, 1 and 2 together. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. With our last band, we're going to do a slip knot to tie it closed. Chains 1 and chains 2 and stitch together. Repeat 1 and 2. One and 2. And one last time, ending with a slip knot. So you're going to bring the band through all of the loops that are on your hook. Grab the end and tie off. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to hide these slip knots now. You're just going to go in through anywhere basically. Grab the band and bring it through to hide it. Now I'm going to show you how to do the little pocket for the back. And it's going to look like this. I'm going to be using the blue. So I'm going to use my loom and I'm going to do a magic circle. So turn your loom upside down. You're going to do 6 single crochets in our magic circle. So I'm going to use 7 bands. With one band, you're just going to wrap around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now with your hook, you're going to bring the 6 bands through one at a time. Bring it through on your hook and bring the band over, bring it to the side. Go back in for your second band, bring it through, and now bring the 2 loops over. Bring it to the side. Our third band, bring it to the side. Our fourth, our fifth, and our sixth. Now I'm going to be doing a half a circle, so it's up to you if you want to attach your stitch marker to the band around your hook. I find it easier, so I'm just going to remove off my loom. Don't fix the bands. You want a half a circle and you have your 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6s on your hook. What you're going to do is just hold the band down, remove your hook, and go through the other way. and turn it around. So this is what you should have. For round 2 of the pocket, the pattern is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I'm going to start off by going in the same stitch where my band is coming through and bring 1 band through. My second chain, I'm going to bring 2 bands through, 1 at a time. At the end of this round, you'll have 7 stitches. Go back in. Our next chain with 1. Our next chain with 2. Back in. And you have your last chain. You're going to add 1 band and slide. So this is what you should have. I'm going to remove my hook, so pinch the band here and go through the top and turn it around. I'm going to leave the stitch marker there. For round 3 of the pocket, I'm going to increase on this round, so my pattern is going to be 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1. At the end of round 3, you'll have 9 stitches. I'm going to go on my first chain right where my band is coming through, adding 1 band. Chain 2 with 1. Chain 3 with 2 bands. Back in. And we're going to repeat this. 1, 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next. Back in. And I have this last chain here. That's where I'm going to add 1 band. So I'm going to remove my marker, my stitch marker. I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to go on my last chain with 1. I'm going to pinch the band and bring my band through the top and turn. Round 4 of the pocket, the last round, what I'm going to do is increase this round to 11 stitches. So my pattern is 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. I'm going to start off in the same stitch where my band is coming through and adding 1 band. And slide. 1 in the next. 1, 2. Back in. And repeat. 1, 1, 1, 2. Back in. With our last rubber band, we're going to bring it through and we're going to do a slip knot to tie it closed. So you want to find your chain here. And bring your band through all of the bands that are on your hook. Grab the end and tie it off. We're now going to attach 10 bands. We're going to do little slip knots around. So if you'd like to use the same color, by all means, I'll be using the white. So I'm just going to kind of just flip this, just like this. So my slip knot is like this. And I'm going to go right beside the slip knot with my first band. So I'm going to go through the chain and grab a band, and I'm going to do a slip knot. And I'm going to do that 9 more times. So I'm not going to attach one to the last chain. So the next chain right beside it, just a slip knot. Beside that. So just going in each chain. And just giving it a tug. When we sew this on, we are going to attach one single band in this little chain here. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now. So now we're ready to sew this on. I'm just going to grab one band to tie it off. So what I'm going to do first is you're going to make sure that the rounded part is facing the back here. And I'm just going to find the center, and I'm going to bring this band through to the center. So just going through the loops on the body here and bringing the band through so I can find my center. So now I'm just going to go through the loops on either side here and just bring them through. Just so that they're even on either side. And now I'm just going to go the other way. And now I'm just going to go through and start to grab them. So I'm going to put my hook through the first one, grab the second one, and slide. The next one, the next one, the next, and just check it out. Now I'm going to go through the loop here on our pocket, the chain, and I grab the loop on the body and bring a band through. So just make sure that you're remaining even all the way around there. Oops, sorry. I'm going to go through the body here, grab the band, and just do a slip knot. I'm sorry. I'm going to go through my chain, I apologize, the loop on the body, and I'm going to bring a band through all of the loops on my hook and do a slip knot. And there. So you can just bring your loop through and just hide your slip knot. And you can just bring it through one of the chains. So just put your hook through one of the loops that are on the little pocket and hide the slip knot. And then you can just go somewhere on the body, grabbing the band and hiding the slip knot. Now I'm just going to add a little bow tie. So what I'm going to do is, or if you wanted to do the little pink one, it's up to you if you want to use 2 bands or 3 bands in the actual bow part. I'm going to use 2 for the blue and make a little bow tie. So I'm just going to use, it doesn't matter, just 2 of the pegs here and go down once there. You're going to take a single band in your hook, go underneath, grab, and do a little slip knot. Give it a tug. I'm just going to use my hook to remove. You should have this. Or you can make the little pink one. It's up to you. What I'm going to do is, with my hook, for the little bow tie, you're going to see the little band going across here at the bottom. I'm just going to go through with my hook, grab the end, and bring it through. And I'm just going to go over, so I'm just going to stretch it over the bow tie, bring it through. And because it's a little bit loose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bottom here, I'm going to twist it and bring it over the bow again. And then you can just fix that up. Fix the tension, grabbing the blue at the bottom here, and fix that up. If you're doing the pink one, all I did was just grab a loop at the top. So I'm just going to grab just 2 little loops, bring it through, and then bring it over. And you can do that. I'm going to do the mouth now. So I'm going to use a single band and a C-clip. So it's up to you if you want to tie the mouth off with another rubber band or the C-clip. You're just going to do a slip knot. So what I'm going to do is go through 3 of the loops on the body with my hook. Be careful not to grab the stuffing. And I'm going to bring a band through. I'm using a light color pink for the boy. And I'm going to put a C-clip and attach both of the bands to the C-clip. And I'm just going to bring the C-clip into the back by just moving the bands over. And now I'm just going to stretch the band out just a bit to loosen up some of the tension. I must be stuck. This is usually a lot easier. I was stuck to the white bands. And then you can just fool around with that, and it's done. I do hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I'll see you next time with another. Bye for now.